Hey guys, how's it going? It's no secret to anyone that Elden Ring is a milestone in the history of games, being a reference for Soulslike. But today I bring 10 new Soulslikes that, despite not being like Elden Ring, are very interesting games. I'm Matthew, and we're going to start the list with Wuchang Fallen Feathers, a highly anticipated action RPG in the Souls-like style, developed by Linzi, a Chinese studio based in Chengdu, and published by 505 Games. Set in the tumultuous lands of Shu during the end of the Ming Dynasty, the game combines real history with dark fantasy elements, drawing inspiration from historical sites such as Sanxingdui and Jinsha, as well as Chinese myths present in works such as the Classic of Mountains and Seas. The player takes on the role of Bai Wuchang, a pirate warrior who suffers from amnesia and is afflicted by the mysterious feathering disease, a condition that transforms its victims into monstrous creatures. The non-linear narrative, divided into 5 chapters, explores themes of identity, memory, and transformation, with multiple endings determined by the player's choices, interactions with other characters, and side quests.
Slowly consuming every little part of your humanity. I should know.
Code Vein 2 is the highly anticipated sequel to the 2019 Souls-like action RPG, developed and published by Bandai Namco. Officially revealed at Summer Game Fest 2025, the game promises to expand the original formula with an engaging narrative and significant gameplay enhancements. The plot of Code Vein 2 delves deeper into the universe of the Revenants, immortal beings who fight for survival in a world devastated by the resurgence and now by the threat of Luna Rapaces. Unlike the first game, Code Vein 2 will feature an independent story, focusing on the relationship between humans and Revenants, and how immortality affects this dynamic. Players will take on the role of a Revenant hunter who, after being mortally wounded, is saved by a mysterious Revenant girl with the power to manipulate time. This time, travel ability will be central to the narrative, allowing the protagonist to alter the past to influence the present and prevent the destruction of the world. In terms of gameplay, Code Vein 2 will maintain the Souls-like roots of its predecessor, with intense and satisfying combat that requires reading enemy movements and mastering a vast arsenal.
Time were a weapon to wield. Could you undo the sins of ruin? In this time, or maybe the next, you'll find how to save us all.
Beast of Reincarnation is an action RPG developed by Game Freak, a studio known primarily for the Pokemon franchise and published by Fictions. The game marks a notable departure for Game Freak, presenting a darker and more mature tone in a post-apocalyptic Japan. Unlike Game Freak's previous works, which often feature colorful aesthetics aimed at broader audiences, Beast of Reincarnation adopts a darker and more mature tone, set in a post-apocalyptic Japan in the year 4026. The narrative revolves around Emma, a young woman who possesses a cursed seal, who, along with her faithful canine companion Ku, embarks on a journey to save humanity from extinction. The gameplay is centered on technical and demanding combat, compared to Souls-like titles such as Sekiro Shadows Die Twice and Black Myth Wuchang. Emma faces a variety of enemies, from colossal tree-like creatures to robots, using a sword and abilities based on her connection to nature. The reveal trailer shows sequences of intense action, with dodge and parry mechanics, suggesting a combat system that requires precision and strategy.
Fujigo Emma, お前こそが輪廻の獣を滅ぼす刃となる。
NiOh 3, the latest chapter in the acclaimed action RPG series from Team Ninja, was officially revealed during the State of Play in June 2025, with a planned release for early 2026 on PlayStation 5 and PC via Steam. This release marks a novelty for the franchise, as it will be the first game in the series to arrive on PC on launch day, without the wait that PC players had in previous titles. One of the biggest innovations is the introduction of more open areas for exploration, unlike the more linear mission structure of previous games. This promises greater freedom for players to explore the game world, although Team Ninja has emphasized that it will not be a completely open world in the Elden Ring style, but rather open fields that maintain the intensity of NiOh. In addition, the game will feature a new protagonist, a young warrior destined to become the next shogun, and will expand combat options with the introduction of two distinct fighting styles, samurai and ninja.
Foolish of you to have entered the depths of hell!
Who might you be, warrior?
Tokugawa Takechio.
Mortal Shell 2 is the sequel to the 2020 Souls-like action RPG, developed by Cold Symmetry and published by PlayStack. The game was announced during Summer Game Fest 2025 and is scheduled for release in 2026 on PC, PlayStation 5, and Xbox Series. It presents itself as an independent sequel, promising to significantly expand the gameplay and universe established in the first title. Fans of the genre can expect an even more immersive and challenging experience. The main premise of Mortal Shell 2 continues to be the ability to possess shells of fallen warriors, each with their own unique abilities and combat styles. The combat is agile and expressive, with the removal of stamina meters, which suggests a more dynamic and less restrictive flow. In addition, execution options have been improved, aiming for more precise and intense high-risk combat. The reveal trailer has already shown impressive visuals, with dark environments and colossal enemies, indicating a technical leap compared to its predecessor. The world of Mortal Shell 2 promises to be vast and dense, with open-world exploration full of dark secrets, strange companions, and repulsive enemies.
Live it up on the attack, baby I'm bad. I just wanna get caught up in this life, I'm crazy, I'm mad. Do it no cap, only got one, so you better go live it up. Cash in the bag, stadium packed, baby I'm bad, baby I'm bad. I got the cash in the bag, stadium packed. Put a rock star in this life, I'm live it up on the attack, baby I'm bad. I just wanna get caught up in this life, I'm crazy, I'm mad. Do it no cap, only got one, so you better go live it up. Cash in the bag, stadium packed, baby I'm bad.
Witches of the New World is a promising third-person action and horror game with elements of Souls-like and RPG, which is scheduled for release in 2025. Developed by Horizontal Entertainment, a Latin American studio with the ambition to be a powerhouse in game development, the title promises an immersive and challenging experience. It is being built on Unreal Engine 5, which suggests cutting-edge graphics and a richly detailed environment, transporting players to the late 17th century during the height of the witch hunt. The plot plunges players into a fantastic reinterpretation of the infamous Salem witch trials. You take on the role of Jedediah Hopkins, a witch hunter sent from England to investigate disturbing events that followed a witch hunt hysteria in the region. The great central question of the game is whether the trials were merely the result of collective hysteria, or whether there was indeed a supernatural basis for the events. The narrative will delve into the English Puritan society of the time, promising complex moral decisions that will affect the fate of Salem and Jedediah himself. The Relic First Guardian is a brutal action RPG in the Soulslike style, developed by Project Cloud Games and published by Perp Games. With a planned release for 2025 on PC, PlayStation 5, and Xbox Series, the game promises a challenging and immersive experience. Formerly known as Project Relic, the title has generated expectations for its dark atmosphere and focus on intense combat, hallmarks of the Souls-like genre that require patience and strategy from players. The plot unfolds in the world of Arsiltis, which was once prosperous but has been swallowed by a sinister void after the destruction of a great relic, transforming it into a land of death and desolation. Players take on the role of the Last Guardian, tasked with a vital mission: to find the fragments of the broken relic to seal the void and thus bring the hope of a new era to Arsiltis. The narrative is built around this heroic goal, with the exploration of a world in ruins and the unraveling of the mysteries that led to its destruction.
It's been so long. I never thought I'd see you awaken again. The world is nothing like the one we knew. The great relic was shattered, and from its remains, the void was born. The Brutals, those monsters, were created by the void's corruption. There's only one reason you've been brought back. You must gather the fragments of the great relic and seal the void. Without you, no one else can accomplish this. After all, you were the first guardian.
Daba Land of Waterscar is a promising action RPG developed by Dark Star, a studio known for Sinner Sacrifice for Redemption. The game is part of the PlayStation China Hero Project initiative, which aims to support independent Chinese developers and bring their titles to the PlayStation 5. In terms of gameplay, Daba Land of Waterscar promises challenging combat and elements of exploration and puzzle solving, typical features of the Souls-like genre. The game's levels are non-linear, interconnected, and intricate, encouraging exploration and the discovery of secrets. The game world is vast and diverse, featuring a variety of stunning and dangerous landscapes, including abandoned ruins, a magnificent ancient city, a dark prison, a vast valley, an extensive snowfield, a deadly forest, and even a floating city. The game has the potential to offer a deep and immersive experience for fans of action RPGs looking for a challenge and an engaging story.
Live it up on the attack, baby I'm bad. I just wanna get caught up in this life, I'm crazy, I'm mad. Do it no cap, only got one, so you better go live it up. Cash in the bag, stadium packed, baby I'm bad, baby I'm bad. I got cash in the bag, stadium packed. Put a rock star in this life, I'm live it up on the attack, baby I'm bad. I just wanna get caught up in this life, I'm crazy, I'm mad. Do it no cap, only got one, so you better go live it up. Cash in the bag, stadium packed, baby I'm bad.
Grime 2 maintains the Metroidvania genre with Souls-like elements, offering a fast-paced and challenging combat experience, with an emphasis on non-linear exploration and game-style customization. The central mechanic revolves around the mold system, where the player uses tentacles to absorb enemies, transforming them into molds that can be used as living weapons, special attacks, projectiles, stun abilities, or even temporary transformations. The sequel introduces greater combat variety, with the possibility of copying abilities from common enemies in real time, in addition to interactions with environmental hazards specific to each area, which can be used strategically against opponents. Clover Bite also promises twice as many bosses compared to the first game, with improved parry-centered builds, including options such as area parry and defense against special attacks, maintaining the essence of the original, but with greater accessibility and combat options. Nazralath: The Fallen World is a third-person action RPG developed and published by Euclidean Studios, with a planned release for PC in 2025, although a specific date has not yet been confirmed. The game stands out for its dark atmosphere and engaging narrative, inspired by works such as Planescape Torment, Dark Souls, and the artistic creations of Zdzisław Beksinski and H.P. Lovecraft. The player takes on the role of Orpheal, a fallen knight who awakens in a decrepit tomb in a Durful temple, with fragmented memories and serious injuries. The story focuses on the exploration of a surreal and devastated world, where choices and dialogues shape the journey irreversibly, emphasizing narrative and atmosphere above intense combat, differentiating it from other games with similar aesthetics, such as Soulslikes. Nazralath's gameplay combines RPG elements with exploration and branching narrative, where the player's decisions directly impact the unfolding of the story and relationships with other characters. Well, that was the video. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and see you in the next video.